What's up, YouTube? Karat Juice Podcast here for another video. You guys saw that title, you saw the thumbnail, you know exactly what we are talking about here. Today, we're going to get right into the content. Go ahead and like the video, please, for the YouTube algorithm so other people who enjoy this content can see it. And subscribe to the channel so you can get notified anytime your boy drops some content. So today we are talking about Erykah Badu and some news that recently just broke out about what she is doing out here. And courtesy of Media Takeout News, it is reported that Erykah Badu is a sugar mama of all sugar mamas. Let's go to Media Takeout News for the report, please. So according to this report, Erykah Badu, you guys clicked on the thumbnail so you know who she is. Erykah Badu, sugar mama, pays 25-year-old boyfriend's bills, car, and gives him an allowance. Bruh. What? All right. So Erykah Badu has a new boyfriend who is much younger than the 50-year-old neo-soul legend. She is a legend. Props to her. Shout out to her. Music's great. According to multiple sources close to Erykah, she's dating a 25-year-old rapper who she also moved into her home. I have no problem with that age difference. No problem with that at all. And that's a picture of Erykah Badu right there. Okay, very eccentric style and all that. So Erykah's boyfriend is 25-year-old rapper, producer Jaron. He's very handsome, and Erykah really seems to be smitten with the young man. For sure. She's funding the lifestyle for sure. She's so smitten that Media Takeout News has learned that Erykah's opening up her pocketbook for this guy and dropping thousands on him. All right. All right. She was just like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. All right, Shia. So, and Media Takeout News has learned that in addition to paying for her new bae's housing, Erykah also lavishes him with gifts and provides him with a very generous living allowance, which amounts to many thousands each month. I know he's sitting back counting them 20s and just like, ha! Got him! Got him! So that's a picture of the couple there. All right, it's Jaron the Secret. And that's Erykah Badu. All right, go ahead. In all honesty, I'm not mad at her or anything like that. I just find this to be pretty comical because most women I know out here is not going to be dealing with the guy and funding him and giving him an allowance. What are we talking about here, people? Are we in a trust tree, YouTube? This seems strange to me. I don't know. I've never heard of something happening like this, but you guys let me know. So it goes on to say she's a full-on sugar mama, paying that young man for the D. A person close to Erykah told Media Takeout News. Wow. And that's not all. Media Takeout News has learned that Erykah even bought the young man a car, a Tesla. Erykah's pal explained Erykah has everything in her name, though. She may be tricking on that boy, but she ain't no fool. All right, I got you. So here are some pics of the two together. Okay, that's them. All right, more power to you. All right. I don't know what's going on with his hairstyle, but we'll just keep it moving. Kind of got like a 1950s Temptation thing going on. All right. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to read that caption. I'll get my thoughts on this stuff now. All right, cool. So we got the framework there of kind of what's going on in this situation. And I find it interesting that back in the day, and you see a lot of the women who very successful, attractive. I mean, Erykah Badu is still attractive and she's 50. But you would think that somebody that's that successful, made that much money, you know, has a larger than life persona and all that, would be able to land a man who could pay for his own bills and that you don't need to give him an allowance? Something's not adding up here. What do you guys think is going on? You know what I think it is? Guys who have success and who have climbed the corporate ladder, climbed up in the industry, more likely than not, most of them are not, they don't want to get with a lady that's 50. You know, a guy who's 55, 60, you know, he's going for a woman who's 25, 28, 30 at the top end, 35. So what happens and what a lot of men are starting to see and have been saying for the longest time is men, they can date down and fund somebody's lifestyle, fund a young lady's lifestyle, and it's no big deal. On the opposite end, a woman can do it, but rarely it's something that they want to do. And I'm not knocking it. If she enjoys it, cool. But just know, ladies, if you get very successful, you have a lot of money and everything, it's going to be tougher for you to land a guy who's on your status and higher, because for somebody to be on Erykah Badu's level, they have to make a certain amount of money. And the guys who make that much money, more likely than not, are not going to be checking for her like that. And I'll just let you guys in on something. I'm 32 now, but when I was younger, like when I was in my 20s and everything, I was trying to figure things out in my life and wanting to know if I was on the right path and kind of contemplating where I stood in like the dating sphere and all that. And one thing that I realized was at times I thought that I was missing out because I didn't have the relationship that I wanted, or I seen people passing me up that I thought I would be suitable for. But looking back at it in hindsight, I wasn't the person that I needed to be. I didn't have my finances in order. I didn't have the direction that I needed to have in life. I wasn't the man that I needed to be, and I am continuing to grow at this time, but I'm more sure of myself and know what I'm doing now. But I say all that to say that men, we usually blossom later. I really didn't know who I was and really wasn't sure of myself the way I needed to be until I was late 20s, 30, you know? And what happens is men, they figure themselves out later in life, and then they got passed over for most of that time. And then when it's time for them to, you know, when they're established, they got their own businesses or what have you, they're going to go grab a woman that's 25, you know? The same is not true for women, however, because most women who are successful and get older, most of them are not going to want to be with a guy that's younger, that doesn't have resources or is not willing. Like, they're definitely not going to be wanting to fund the guy's lifestyle. So I think this is just like an exception to the rule thing. That's kind of my take on it. I don't want to like down what they have going on. I hope if they are enjoying it, rocking out with life, if she wants to do it, go ahead, cool, pop your collar. But I just kind of wanted to use this as a learning tool and to let women know, hey, if you're going to be super successful and if you're going to make a lot of money and everything, you're kind of dwindling down your pool of men that you could possibly date, because most women are going to want to get a guy who's either an equal or a little bit higher than them socioeconomically. So if you're making a certain amount of money, the more money you make, the more options for you close. And the more money a man makes, usually his options open up. So just keep that in mind. Not to say that you shouldn't have any goals or ambition, but just keep that in mind that you're going to be limiting some of your dating options once you get successful. And I think that's what we're seeing here in this scenario. So, hey, let me know what you think about this incident. Am I on base? Am I off base? Hey, ladies, if you are very successful, if you got a lot of things going for you, would you fund a guy? Would you give him an allowance? What do you guys think about this situation? I don't know. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. And that's been another video here on the Karat Juice Podcast channel. I appreciate you for watching. Go ahead and like the video. Subscribe to the channel so you can get more content like this. I'm serving that juice to you guys fresh weekly, and I'm serving it daily as of late, and I'm going to keep it going because I'm getting a lot of good feedback and I really appreciate it and I like what I'm doing here. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.